Spain, the most powerful and richest country at the time due to its conquests in America, despised England. But why? Tensions began to rise as soon as Elizabeth I became monarch. She turned the country Protestant, which directly opposed Spain, a Catholic nation. At a time when religion was extremely important, having two rulers with completely different beliefs created serious conflict. But that was just the surface. Despite these differences, Philip II of Spain still wanted to marry Elizabeth. However, she rejected him, which further increased rivalry between the two powerful countries. As new parts of the world were being discovered, vast riches were found. Spain had already conquered much of South America, so English explorers turned to piracy. Sailors such as John Hawkins and Francis Drake attacked and stole treasure from Spanish ships, including the Cacafuego. Philip was furious, but Elizabeth encouraged and rewarded these adventurers. But everything before this was just the preamble. The real reason England and Spain went to war was the Dutch Revolt. Protestants in the Netherlands began a revolt against Spanish rule in 1572. Elizabeth secretly supported them, as it kept Spain busy and less likely to attack England. However, disaster struck when the leader of the Dutch rebels, William of Orange, was assassinated. Defeat seemed close. Elizabeth could not allow this. If Spain regained control of the Netherlands, they would be just across the English Channel, making invasion easier. So, Elizabeth acted. She signed the Treaty of Nonsuch, sending 7,600 men, led by Robert Dudley, to support the rebels. This left Philip furious, as he saw it as a direct act of war. All of this led Philip to seek revenge. He decided to build a massive fleet, the Spanish Armada, to invade England. The singeing of the King of Spain's beard. Spain was preparing for war and had nearly finished its armada, but Elizabeth acted first. She sent Francis Drake to attack the fleet at Cadiz. He destroyed ships in the harbor, delaying the armada's departure, and destroyed supplies needed to rebuild. This showed English strength and delayed Spain's invasion. Spain eventually gathered its armada, and the ships were sighted in the English Channel on July 29, 1588. The fleet was led by Duke of Medina Sidonia, who had little sailing experience and suffered from seasickness. In comparison, the English were led by Lord Howard of Effingham, alongside Drake and Hawkins, who were highly experienced. The English were greatly outnumbered. Spain had around 130 ships with 2,000 large cannons and 30,000 men. England had around 200 ships, but only 54 were strong warships, with about 200 smaller cannons and 14,000 men. Overall, Spain seemed to have the advantage. Spain's tactic was to get close and board ships. However, the English used speed and distance, firing from afar as their cannons had longer range. The Spanish struggled to respond and were forced to chase. Even so, Spain's crescent formation was strong, so little damage was initially done. Over the next few days, skirmishes took place, but the English could not break the formation. Spain began running low on supplies. Their plan was to reach Calais, where Duke of Parma would join them with 16,000 troops. However, his forces were not ready, so the Armada had to anchor and wait. On the 7th of August, the English launched 8 fireships filled with tar and gunpowder. Although none hit, they caused panic. The Spanish cut anchor and fled, breaking formation. A fatal mistake. The Battle of Gravelines. A major battle followed. The English bombarded the Spanish fleet for 9 hours. The Spanish suffered heavy damage and struggled to return fire. Around 1,000 were killed and over 800 wounded. The battle ended when the English ran out of ammunition. Spain attempted to retreat, but strong winds forced them around Scotland and Ireland, where storms destroyed many ships. Spain lost over 20,000 men and around 50 ships. England lost no ships and around 1,000 men. It was a major humiliation for Spain. This victory increased England's naval reputation. However, some historians argue it was not entirely an English victory, as weather and poor Spanish decisions played a major role. Some believe Spain largely defeated itself. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next historical adventure.